When you first open your eyes in the morning, you have a rare, fleeting window of power. A moment where the world hasn't yet imposed its will, where the noise of demands and distractions hasn't yet cluttered your mind. Most people waste this moment. They let it slip away, rolling over, hitting snooze, or scrolling mindlessly through their phones, surrendering the first precious minutes of the day to chaos. But what if you could transform these moments into a launch pad for greatness? Imagine if the first 10 minutes of your day had the power to set the tone for everything that follows, to prime your mind for success, to set your spirit on fire with purpose. Imagine if this small slice of time could help you conquer the day before the sun even fully rises. It can, because the way you start your day isn't just a routine, it's a declaration. A powerful message you send to the universe about who you are and what you stand for. Your morning is a mirror. If I could follow you for just one morning, I could predict the trajectory of your life. Not because I have some mystical insight, but because your morning is a reflection of your discipline, your direction, and your desires. It reveals the person you are becoming. Most people rise in reaction. They wake to alarms, to demands, to someone else's schedule. But the winners, the game changers, they rise with intention. They seize their morning before the world even has a chance to whisper doubt into their ears. They understand that the first hour after you wake is not just a moment. It's a message. It's a statement to yourself and the universe. It says, I am in control. I am the master of my fate. When you step out of bed, you are not merely rising, you are setting a tone. You are casting the first stone into the pond of your day, creating the ripples that will carry forward into every moment that follows. If you wake up and allow your phone, your news feed, or the chaos of the world to be the first voice you hear, you hand over your power. You let the noise dictate your day. You become reactive, a passenger in your own life. But if you wake up with purpose, if you start with clarity, if you focus your mind before the world can shake it, you become the master. You dictate the tone. You set the pace. So, how do you do it? How do you take control of this critical moment? You start by silencing the noise. No phone, no news, no gossip. Just you, your mind, and your purpose. In those first 10 minutes, choose stillness over stimulation. Choose clarity over confusion. Choose focus over fear. Reject the noise and connect with your deepest self. Remind yourself that you are not here merely to survive. You are here to conquer. When you step out of bed, step into purpose. Write down your intentions. Speak your aspirations. Move your body, awaken your spirit, and focus your mind. In these few quiet minutes, you have the chance to take control. You have the opportunity to plant the seeds of greatness, to water them with discipline and determination, and to watch them bear fruit throughout the day. Remember, the morning doesn't give you power, it reveals it. And if you use it wisely, it will multiply it. Because true power doesn't come from what you do occasionally, but from what you do consistently. It comes from the habits you build, the choices you make, and the mindset you cultivate. Every morning, you are given a gift, a blank slate, a fresh start. A new opportunity to define who you are and what you stand for. Don't waste it. Don't hand it over to fear, to distraction, or to the noise of the world. Seize it. Command it. Own it. The launch pad of greatness. It is the launch pad. It is not the conclusion of hunger, but its ignition. It is not the end of the climb, but the sharpened edge of the ascent. Gratitude is the fuel of champions. It does not lull you into comfort. It sharpens your edge, focuses your aim, and fortifies your resolve. It turns every setback into a stepping stone and every obstacle into an opportunity. When you live from thankfulness, you are not creating from emptiness but from fullness. You are not a beggar of blessings but a custodian of abundance. And from this place of overflow, all things become possible. The world bends not to those who moan, but to those who command their energies with gratitude. It listens to the quiet confidence of those who know they are enough, have enough, and are becoming more every day. Begin there. Begin each day by anchoring yourself to what is already excellent, already operating, already yours. Stand in the awareness of your current power, then go forth and expand it. This is not wishful thinking. This is the strategy of warriors, builders, creators, and conquerors. Set the target, one aim, one win. Set one specific aim for the day. The undisciplined rush into their day, their minds scattered, their energies splintered. They look at an infinite list of tasks, juggling all and mastering none, and end the day exhausted and unfulfilled. They confuse busyness with progress, mistaking mere motion for meaning. They are lost in the noise, their days devoured by distractions. But power comes not from doing more, but from doing what matters most. Power comes from accuracy. It is the difference between the light of a flashlight and the laser focus of a beam that can cut through steel. And every powerful day begins with one question. What is the one thing I must accomplish today that will take my mission forward? Not a dozen scattered efforts, but one clear strike. Your energy is limited. Your attention is delicate. These are precious resources, not to be wasted on frivolous issues. If you spread them, they lose potency. If you aim them, they become a force. So you must train yourself to quit waking up into noise and start waking up into focus. Write IT. Speak IT. CIT. Begin each day by defining one clear aim. Not 10, not 5-1. Write it down. Speak it out loud. See it as already completed. This is your homework. This is your strike point. Everything else is backdrop until this purpose is attained. When you wake up with clarity, the world can no longer draw you in 100 directions. You don't spend your hours reacting. You spend them directing. Your choices get easier. Your standards sharper. Distractions lose their appeal since you have a task. A man with a mission is not easily moved. He is not enticed by every shiny distraction, every tempting detour, because he knows what truly matters. The most successful individuals are not those who do the most. They are the ones who do what counts, and they do it first. Before the noise, before the world interrupts, before urgency outweighs importance, they strike early and they strike with intention. Set your target, see it clearly, divide it into steps. Then begin. You don't need to conquer the whole mountain today. You only need to take the next step up. One win. That's all it takes to start the momentum, and momentum is everything. The engine of achievement. One win generates belief. Belief builds action. Action builds results, and results multiply into grandeur. This is the engine of achievement. Not perfection. Not hustle for its own sake, but focused, disciplined effort, day after day. So each morning, as you sit in the solitude before the world demands your attention, ask yourself, what is my win today? Not a list of errands, not a dozen distractions. Take one big, intentional step forward. What will get you closer to your vision? What will make today a victory? Do not confuse being busy with being effective. Busyness is a trap. It flatters the ego but betrays the objective. Your purpose is not to fill the hours, but to serve the purpose. And that begins with intention. That begins with choosing your win. When you identify that one aim and pursue it with everything you have, you begin to own your time. You command your hours instead of being commanded by them. You shape your life instead of wandering through it. You become a builder, not a borrower of time. Become a builder, not a borrower. This technique, practiced daily, transforms you. You stop waking up into confusion and start waking up with confidence. You stop being overwhelmed by alternatives and become preoccupied with outcomes. The cloud of indecision lifts and in its place sits a path, your path. When you win the morning, you own the day. Not because it will be perfect, but because you picked your course. You proclaimed your purpose, and then, with discipline and fire, you move toward it. Start tomorrow with this question on your lips and resolution in your heart. What is my win today? Then act. And as the days pass, you will look back and see a life constructed not by happenstance, but by choice. One target, one strike, one win every day. That is how you build a legacy. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with more motivational content. Like, share, and comment to support our work and spread the message.